Um, well, I guess it just should make clear to everyone who doesn't know me that I did have a fairly prestigious career as an academic, and I was regarded as kind of like a leading expert in the use of a thing called Bayesian methods of risk assessment. But that all changed in 2020 when I started to talk about how the entire COVID narrative was being driven by flawed and easily manipulated statistics. And of course, then I was suddenly uh, called a conspiracy theorist, spreader of misinformation, all kinds of things. And from that point on, my kind of that research career was dead because I was basically censored, cancelled completely, and I was treated like an academic pariah. Now I was always aware of the total corruption of academia. Right, this has been a growing thing all along. So I kind of like wasn't surprised that this happened. It was already happening. I'd already experienced it a bit because I'd come out against the sort of the climate change narrative to a certain extent as well. And so I knew how corrupt and dysfunctional academia was. And because there's a new party in the UK called Advance UK. It's run by a guy called Ben Habib, who maybe people in the States don't know, but actually Elon Musk is a big fan of Ben Habib, and he's really been promoting uh, Ben Habib. In fact, Ben Habib was the only politician who spoke at the big Unite the Kingdom rally, which attracted over 1 million people a few weeks ago, where Elon Musk actually conducted an 18-minute interview live with, obviously via Zoom or whatever, with Tommy Robinson. It was Tommy Robinson who'd arranged this. And Ben Habib seems to be the only, although Nigel Farage with his Reform UK are easily now leading all the opinion polls, etc. There's a lot of people feel that Farage is just really just a slight extension of the sort of the unit party, and he isn't really getting to sort of the issues which concern most people. So Ben Habib with this started this new party, Advance UK. It's now got over 30,000 paid upside members, which was the threshold at which it was going to be registered as a political party. And that's happening. That's in the process of happening. And he was looking for members of what's called a college. It's also democratically elected. So I had to go through this process. And I was approached by him to be on this. And I'm actually not a political person as such, right? But I thought, you know what? There's something I can offer here, right? I can actually I feel that because I feel that one of the most critical challenges are the capture. The critical challenges to the UK is the fact that all of the key institutions of state, be it legal, political, education, media, they've all been captured by far left activists who come indoctrinated from universities. And this has been going on for years. This is essentially, what we call the long march, the cultural Marxist long march through the institutions. So you get this, they come out, they go into these, into these institutions. They go into education. They educate the next generation, of course, not just of university students, but school kids. Even now infants, they're indoctrinating with this woke ideology. And it seems to me that this is at the root of all of the problems, that we're seeing today. So basically, all of the problems of society, and especially in the UK, that we're seeing. So whether it be, the two-tier justice system, which I can talk about, the whole censorship, the climate catastrophe narrative, ridiculous with net zero programs, destruction of traditional family values, obsession with this diversity, equity, inclusion over competence, all the woke ideology, population replacement, all of these things come from that indoctrination from the universities. That's how it's continually manufactured. It's continually, it's always there. It's this continual brainwashing, and it affects everybody in the end. And so I felt that I've got about over 45 years of experience in that academic system. And I know both how it works and the depth of depravity and corruption. that most of the public are completely unaware of. And I also feel that it can be reformed. There are ways to tackle this. There are quite radical ways to tackle it. And so at least I can raise much more public awareness of these problems and maybe even have some input into some solutions.
If you liked this video, check out the full interview. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Thanks for watching.